What is up, you guys? I'm here at Psycho's Body Shop in Redondo Beach, California. I've been training with Chris Psycho Lewis since earlier this year, and today he's going to put me through a back and shoulder workout. I'm about 3.5 weeks out from the Tampa Pro, so I'm getting close, and we're really going to push the intensity today. We do typically a lot of supersets, a lot of volume, so I'm very excited. I'm probably going to get my butt kicked a little bit, so come on inside with me and let's go get a workout in. Here I am doing a Smith machine shoulder press, doing a dead stop, meaning I'm completely taking my hands off the bar, coming to a dead stop at the bottom of the movement. And this is what we're doing to warm my shoulders up for the workout. So we always do a really good warm up, make sure my shoulders are primed, make sure I'm getting a really good pump before we continue to push weight in the workout. So here, Chris is adding additional weight and additional chains as I get my shoulders warmed up to increase the resistance. And we use chains from time to time in the workouts, not every single workout, but they are very helpful as a tool to increase the resistance of an exercise. Chains are variable resistance, meaning the amount of weight they add varies as you progress through the movement. So as you lower the weight becomes less because the chains are collecting on the floor. There's not as much of them loaded on the bar or whatever you may be lifting. It's a way to add intensity and further fatigue the muscles, and it's not really up to me when we add these. So it's always a lot of fun when he breaks these out to help me really get the most out of my lifts. And on these Smith machine shoulder presses, I am typically doing sets of 15. So even at the end, as he's adding more weight and adding chains, I'm doing about 15. And then we do a final drop set at the end after I work up to my heaviest weight. We do a final drop set at the end, taking all the chains and the weights off as I go down.
Let's go. One more. Here we go. Lock it up. Go, one more.
Chris is having me pump my arms up in the air to further burn out my shoulders, continue getting a nice pump. Chris is showing me the movement pattern he wants me to do. I'm doing an incline lateral raise. So this hits the medial delt primarily, but he's really focused on shaping and building my shoulders. Some of my feedback and what my coach Jamie wants me to focus on is building out my interior delt and just my shoulders overall. So he's gotten very specific with how I'm training, how I'm moving, and that's what we're doing here. Too stoic.
You will not show any weakness.
As I finish these lateral raises inclined on the bench, he's having me pump my arms to further fatigue, push my muscles, get to failure, and sometimes you'll see he'll come and push on my arms, which adds even more resistance. I am doing a standing shoulder press with chains, and I believe these chains weigh at least 30 pounds each. I'm not sure exactly because he'll mix up how much we're putting on at any given time. And I'm standing on the bench so that way I can lift the chains off the floor, and then as I lower my arms back down, the chains are collecting, and that's where the variable resistance comes from. This takes a lot of shoulder stability, a lot of core strength, and overall I just feel like a badass when we do these, so it's always a lot of fun. I feel like a real bodybuilder. So we mix in a lot of different stuff, dumbbells, chains, bands. I always get a good workout, so I've done 2 sets. We'll probably do a little more before we move on to anything else. We are doing single arm rear delt flies on the cable machine, and he's getting really specific with my arm position, my elbow position, to really try to target that rear delt, which you can see in the video is really popping out. And so the important thing is that you're keeping your elbows up on those to isolate that rear delt. It's kind of the same idea if you do a face pull or similar movements. Usually when we're doing shoulder workouts, we'll start by just getting a pump and then make sure we're getting all 3 areas, anterior, medial, rear delt covered. And that was my feedback last year, was more shoulders. So I feel like this year I've made a lot of improvements. Chris has been amazing helping me with that. And yeah, I'm excited to get on stage very soon. Tampa's only about 3 weeks away, so it's gonna come up really quick. I figured. I am doing a front raise with a straight bar with a supinated grip, meaning my palms are facing up. I'm tilting my torso slightly forward to get as big of a range of motion as possible. And I'm doing all of this based on Chris's direction. So there are a lot of ways to do a front raise. And then after this, I'm supersetting it with a rear delt pulse, also with the straight bar. And so much of what we've been working on is not just building muscle, but also shaping the muscles, really creating an aesthetic physique, creating a beautiful bikini body and bikini look. And so it doesn't take just size. You don't want just mass. You want that shape and that look. Bikini is all about hourglass. It's all about looking healthy. It's all about having pretty muscles. So we get really specific with how I'm actually performing these exercises. I guess these are my favorite, huh?
5, you got 5 more, turn it all the way out, get that on 1, there you go. 2, I think these are your second favorites.
What's my first favorite?
Those.
Oh, the bands, yeah. or pumping my arms until I'm crying.
That's what I was saying.
Until I'm crying.
That's what I was saying.
Basically.
Two more. And one more. Boom. If you ever want to see the fastest, when I get heavy, you go.
Yeah, like I'm punching someone.
I'm like, did she move? Did her arm actually go out? It's like a jab. It's like, 3,
be a little slower today than normal. Like I feel like normally it's like boom, boom, boom.
Well,
right?
we're not supersetting.
Normally it's supersetting. So I'm like really.
When I came in, you were trained. You like that. I started slowing things down the more you get shape.
Yeah.
To preserve the muscle.
Yeah.
Good. Flat. Boom. There you go. Boom. 5 more. 5 more. 10. 5 more. Do it right. 5. All the way out. 4. There you go. All the way out. 3. All the way out. 2. All the way out. Boom. Turn. 2. All the way out. 3. 4.
We are doing a complete burnout to failure. So here I am doing 20 lateral raises, 20 front raises, and 20 rear delt fly pulses with some heavy resistance bands, kind of inclined on a preacher curl bench. And we did this 4 times through, and then at the very end, Chris is having me pump my arms here and make circles with my arms until I reach complete and utter muscular failure, complete exhaustion, until I pretty much want to cry. I want to cry while I'm doing it, but I keep that to myself. And this is to really push the muscle tissue all the way to failure. Really make sure you're stimulating that muscle growth and you've pushed as hard as you possibly can in the training.
Get him up! Get him up! Get him up! Up, circles! Circles! Circles, back here, up, more! Turn around, face your fans. You see that, turn around? She turned around like.
I'm dying.
Good job.
So one thing I always talk about to my clients on Instagram, whatever, you always got to train to failure, you guys. If you're trying to build muscle, if you're trying to make progress, you got to go intense. Make sure you're training with the right intensity. It's a great workout, so my shoulders are done.
Good job. Boom. Good job.
All right, that is the workout. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get my butt kicked. My shoulders are toasted. It was a great workout. We did, I think, about 9 exercises in total. We started out with that Smith machine press with the dead stop. We went over and did some presses with the chains, which are variable resistance, so we throw those in sometimes. Those are great. Did some lateral raises seated on the bench. And then we went over, I did my single arm rear delt exercises, followed by a superset of front raises with a supinated grip, and then some rear delt pulses. And then after that, we went back to the back of the gym and I did my twist and press, my favorite exercise, or one of my least favorite maybe, but it's super, super effective. And then after that, we burned it out with the bands doing lateral front raises and rear delt pulses, followed by a complete burnout to failure body weight where, you know, I'm basically crying by the end of the workout, but this is what has helped me shape my physique. I started coming to Chris back at the end of March, I think, this year. It's been really, really helpful. So I'm super excited, you guys. Tampa is just over 3 weeks away, which I cannot believe it's coming up so fast, but it's gonna be an exciting couple of months. So I wanna just thank you guys for your support in this journey. Thank you for your support here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with a friend, and I will catch you guys in the next video.